Welcome all to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 11th of July 2024. Now, starting with the today's editorial section, with respect to Supreme Court hearing in NEET-UG exam, please recalling what it said earlier on recruitment irregularities. This particular editorial we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll be discussing about some news update and lastly, the legal news update of the day. Now, coming up to the context of this particular editorial, the Supreme Court started hearing pleas to cancel the NEET-UG exam due to alleged question paper leaks filed by the candidate who took the test. So, the Union Minister of Education, that is Mr. Varun Bharadwaj, stated that there is no evidence of widespread of confidentiality in the NEET-UG exam. Cancelling the exam after results were declared could harm the interests of thousands of honest candidates. Now, Bharadwaj affidavit does not directly counter each petitioner's claim but leans on 2021 ruling of CJI D.Y. Chandrachud in the Sachin Kumar case. The judgment discusses different approaches to handling irregularities in selection or recruitment process. So now let us discuss the most important 2021 case which was being relied by the petitioners, which was between June 2014 to 2015. The DSSB held a recruitment drive to fill 231 head clerk positions in Delhi Government Service Department. The process includes two-stage preliminary examination of Tier 1 to screen candidates and mains examination. Over 62,000 candidates applied following a 2009 advertisement. The judgment noted a lack of explanation for the delay between the advertisement and the exam. Now, the regulatory authority faced numerous complaints of serious irregularities during both tiers of recruitment process, including candidate impersonation, relative sitting. Now, in 2015, committee appointed a Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi confirmed irregularities, including instances of candidate impersonation within a specific zone of consideration. Out of 220 candidates in this zone, 9 did not attend the verification and serious concerns were raised about the 7 others. Following this, the Deputy Chief Minister issued a notification cancelling the entire recruitment process in that same month. Now, what Supreme Court said on dealing with irregularities in recruitment? So in 2015, six candidates approached the Central Administrative Tribunal, which handled dispute related to recruitment and service condition of individual appointed to public service and post. Now, 6 candidates challenged the Deputy CM's notification alleging irregularities were driven by unsuccessful candidates seeking a re-examination. It held that cancelling the entire process should be a last resort and an effort should be made to separate the tainted from the untainted candidates. Following appeals from the institution, Delhi High Court upheld the tribunal decision, prompting an appeal to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court noted a range of approaches to address such irregularities. At one end of the spectrum, if irregularities occur at a systematic level, jeopardizing the credibility of the process, may have no choice but to cancel the entire examination. The court emphasized the importance of separating guilty candidates from the innocent one and linking with Article 14 of the Constitution. Due to various factors undermining the credibility of the recruitment process, such as delays and uneven candidate distribution, the court overturned decisions by the tribunal and Delhi High Court, cancelling the entire exercise as outlined in Delhi CM's notification. Now, how this could impact the NEET-UG 2024? So, in the NEET case, the Supreme Court, led by CJI Chandrachud, is already applying principles discussed earlier. The bench queried the National Testing Agency about the feasibility of distinguishing between students who benefited from the paper leak and those unaffected. The NTA response and the CBI update on the investigation into the leak are said to be heard by the Supreme Court next on July 11th. So one of the phenomenal and the most important judgment coming up on July 11th with respect to NEET-UG examination. Now, coming up to the national news, Maharashtra announces free higher education for EWS, SEBC, that is socially and economically backward classes, and OBC girls. So, Maharashtra government has announced a free education for all this particular EWS, SEBC, and OBC girls during a cabinet meeting led by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Initiative to promote women's education was decided. Coming up to the next national news, Union Cabinet approves India signing off the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement. So, Union Cabinet chaired by PM Narendra Modi has approved India to sign the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement. This landmark decision marks a significant step towards the conservation and sustainable utilization of marine biological diversity in areas beyond national jurisdiction. Hajj Committee now under Minority Affairs Ministry. So it has come under the Ministry of Minority Affairs and it has taken over by the Ministry of External Affairs. These changes include new rules and the nomination of officers from various ministries to the committee. Uttar Pradesh unveils Mitra 1 initiative along borders. So UP government has introduced an environmental initiative called Mitra 1, that is Friendship Forest, as a component of the Vriksharopan Jan Abhiyan 2024. This project aims to enhance greenery along the borders of Uttar Pradesh, including its international border with Nepal. And the objective of this particular initiative is to increase green covers along state and international borders, promote environmental cooperation with neighboring states and Nepal, and involve dignitaries from other states in the plantation drive. Coming up to the important days, Global Energy Independence Day. Energy Independence Day, observed worldwide on July 10th, represent a significant moment for countries working towards achieving their own energy needs and sustainable goals. The theme for this year's celebration is Energy Transition Now, Embrace the Future, highlights the critical need for adopting sustainable energy practices. Coming up to the international news, the 12th Joint Defense Cooperation Committee between India and UAE held in Abu Dhabi. During the meeting, two sides discussed on a wide range of opportunities for collaboration to further strengthen defense and security cooperation between the two countries. Ukrainian President, Polish Prime Minister signed bilateral security agreement. So they have signed a bilateral security agreement in Warsaw. The agreement confirms Poland will continue supporting Ukraine's defense, especially with air defense. Poland also promised to help Ukraine with energy security and participate in reconstruction efforts. Coming up to the international news with respect to space, NASA's Mars simulation mission conducted at the Johnson Space Center in Houston involved 4 volunteers residing in the Mars-like habitat for over a year. The mission aimed to study human adaptability for future Mars mission with additional simulations planned for the future. Coming up to the legal update, which is coming from the Honorable Supreme Court, illegal auction sale by public authority can be set aside under Article 226, Writ Court not bound by Order 21, Rule 90, CPC. The Supreme Court held that a person aggrieved by an auction sale conducted by the public functionaries in gross violation of the mandatory provision cannot be called upon to establish the dual conditions which are stipulated in Order 21, Rule 90 of CPC. The court held that provision of Order 21, Rule 90 of CPC are in any case not applicable to writ proceedings. And the case is Messrs. AL Can Export Private Limited versus Prestige HM Poly Containers Limited and others. Another news, which is a very important news, Muslim women illegally divorced through triple talaq can seek maintenance under Section 125 CRPC. A very, very important judgment coming from the Honorable Supreme Court. The judgment affirms Section 125 CRPC and it applies universally, covering Muslim married and non-Muslim divorced women. Muslim women under the Special Marriage Act can use both the sections of 125 CRPC and Act remedies. For those under Muslim personal law, options include 125 CRPC or the 1986 Act, effective maintenance orders under 127 3B of the CRPC with 2019 Act offering additional relief for illegal divorces. That's all for the today's news update and the legal news. Thank you so much for joining in live. Take care.